should go to Orange County and you should stay in Laguna and then you should go to San Diego.
I want to go to Laguna so bad because I loved the TV show, Laguna Beach. Like, I'm obsessed. So
oh my God.
I've
and it's
always wanted to
exactly
go.
what you think it is.
Is
It's like
it?
rich hippie liberals. They don't give a fuck. They just surf all the time.
Are you from California? Like,
So
what's your background?
I grew up in Oregon, like
you
Portland,
did?
Oregon. Yeah. And it's funny because like my family's very split. Like my immediate family, they were always like Democrats, but not like super liberal. But then like both of my extended family, they're all, I would say, Reagan Republicans, like those kind of Republicans where they didn't really want to know what was going on, but they just wanted to save money, like on their taxes, right? So like I didn't really know much. And then I went to college in LA, law school in San Diego. And I feel like I became a little bit more liberal. And then just being an immigration lawyer in Texas, I was like, oh, I'm all the way up to the left now.
What made you pick? Because I think in law school, you kind of pick your specialty while you're in law school.
Kind
Is that
of.
true?
I mean, no. I mean, it's more about like where you get life, like work experience. So I worked in a bunch of different firms and I started in oil because I wanted to pay off my loans.
Fair.
Yeah.
Valid.
Right? Like it was a good check, but I got out of that real quick. And then I did family law randomly. And because it was a job where I didn't have any experience. And then I started doing like green card packets for my family law clients because they wanted me to. And they're like, it's really easy. And one of my friends just kind of mentored me and he was like, this is how you do it. So I just started going to immigration and I realized like immigration clients are really nice to lawyers and no one's ever nice to lawyers. Like I was doing like rich divorces and stuff between people in Texas and they were awful. They wouldn't pay me. They treat me like shit. And I was like, I don't know why I do this, you know? And then I started doing immigration. I was like, wow, my client's really nice. Like they pay in full. They're really patient. They're really cool. And I was like, I need to do this full time for like my mental health. But then I just, you know, obviously it's very rewarding.
And they're grateful to have you and are not like annoyed at the service you're providing.
Yeah, they treat your lawyers nice. Like, I can't tell you how many like rich white people in Texas would never fucking pay me. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, they would never pay me and they wanted me to do all this crazy shit to their ex for them and for custody. And they would have so much money. And then immigrants are like, let me pay in full. Like, I don't need a payment plan.
Wait.
With no college degree or formal work experience.
I've been saving or whatever it
right?
is. I want to hear like a crazy divorce story.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm so
I
curious.
was representing the dad, this neurotic rich dad and his awful wife. And you could tell they were together way too long and they divorced because the kids went to college. So we were like the third lawyer and I was like, good, red flag. You know what I mean? And so we're third lawyer and he was like, my wife's a little crazy. I went to the mediation and it was like Wedding Crashers. Remember that mediation's like, you know what? So I found out they were in litigation for 10 years over a lamp.
Stop.
Over a fucking lamp.
No way.
Yeah. That's how much they hated each other because it's some dumb heirloom. And the wife didn't want to work, but in Texas, it's really hard to get spousal support. You have to show that you're like literally incapable because you're like physically or mentally like incapacitated, like you can't work, right? So this bitch, she was horrible. She had a PhD and like a whole work experience, but she was just used to not working. And she cheated on this guy. She was an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, and this whole thing was over spousal support. And then it was over a lamp. And I was like, it was in that moment, like, as he kept screaming at me and she would scream at me in mediation, I was like, I don't have to do this. Like,
I don't have to do this. I don't have
Right?
to be here. Is there anything that you noticed from working in family law, like signs of an impending divorce or like a sign that someone isn't going to make like
oh
a
my
marriage?
God. Yeah. Cause my whole time I was working as a family law attorney, I was single. Like I had never really been in a serious relationship. I fucked around a little bit in law school, but like not really, you know? I learned all of them got married too young. All of them. They all got married and they're like before 25, right? They always get divorced. If you spend a lot on your wedding, I feel like that's a red flag. Because then you're like really not focused on the right thing and then your marriage gets to shit because you're like spending all your money and you're wasting it.
And you start your marriage in debt.
Yeah, you
And
start your
stress.
marriage in debt. Or like one person's from a shit ton of money and the other one isn't. And there's like resentment, culture clash. But mostly people who got married before like 25, like they're just guaranteed to get divorced.
Ah, that's so interesting.
Right?
I mean, you went from one really happy, joy-filled profession to another.
Yeah.
Family law to immigration law.
And I thought immigration was going to be like easy.
You're like, so maybe I'll do trademark law instead.
Right?
Like something a little less dramatic.
Yeah, and I was like, I just fill out green card applications, mail it out. I was like, this is fucking easy. I could have a hobby or something. And then Trump was president. And now I'm like, this is a lot harder than I ever anticipated.
And now we're here. Kat, Attorney Martinez, so amazing to have you. Thanks so much for joining us. For people who may not be familiar with you, which is crazy because you're everywhere and you're doing such great work, give them a little bit of background on what you do.
So I'm an immigration attorney, and I own an immigration law firm, and we've been running for like 6 years, I think, but I've been practicing immigration in general for a lot longer. But yeah, we are federal. It's federal law, so we can help people all over the country. I started just doing little informational videos on TikTok.
I was going to ask you, and when did you start that?
2021, the right time, I swear. You know, I just started doing, because I would like sit there and I was kind of learning, like I was kind of a baby lawyer in immigration, and I was like, wait, you can get a green card by being a victim of a crime? Like, does anybody know this? And then I would like just do a post about it. My very first viral video was a drunk rant about how no one knows this.
Wait, like, stop. What had you been drinking?
I don't even remember. I was probably tequila.
I'm a tequila girl too. I knew you were a tequila girl. That's why
I love mezcal. Do you like mezcal?
I don't like mezcal. I feel like I'm drinking barbecue.
It is. It's smoked.
Yeah, my sister loves it. Like, I really respect it, and I want to like it.
It's hard, I know, and very few people like it. And I'll tell you, the first time I had a mezcal margarita was in San Diego, and I was like, where'd you learn to make this? And she was like, actually, the hotel sends us to Mexico to learn how to make margaritas.
Are you serious?
I was like, that's the best thing. That's the most San Diego thing ever, and I'm obsessed. Like, I want a training like that.
I do, too. Can we just do that?
Can we hop on that? That's when I learned, I fell in love with mezcal, and I made her tell me exactly how to make it, and now I make it at home.
What is it?
It's chili water, so chili infused water, and then obviously real lime juice. No triple sec ever. Why? That shit is trash. I don't know, but she told me that.
Okay. Triple sec is trash. You heard it here first.
Yes, control if you have to. And then mezcal. She just did quality mezcal. And that's about it. And it was very simple. Very simple. And now I drink those every day.
I love a tequila. I'm a tequila soda splash of grapefruit. I wish y'all could see. So Kat's outfit, first of all, the cutest pink Prada slingbacks.
Obsessed.
I'm getting those. I'm absolutely getting them. Pink, like literally Barbie, literally Elle Woods, like so beautiful, so cool, so nice, so funny. I love seeing women own their femininity in like the corporate professional space.
Right.
And I'm curious if that was like a conscious decision for you where you're like, I know how you perceive me anyway. Fuck it. I'm going to lean in. Like, was that a moment for you, or was that how you've always been?
I think at first it wasn't. It was just like how I would dress. Yeah. And then I started getting just treated like shit by my male superiors and comments about like my pink suits and like having pink stuff in their desk. And they would just say little passive aggressive comments. But it was also female superiors, like female partners I was working for. And they're like, you know, because it is the legal field is a boys club. And you really do have to fit in with these older, white, conservative male partners. And you really do have to prove that you're one of the boys in order to be taken seriously. And I was like, this is so fucked, right? I just hated it. And so by the time that I started my own firm, I was asking my husband, I was like, how do I market myself that stands out from these dumbass billboards that I see everywhere? And these men in gray and black suits, like the PI attorneys. Have you seen that here in California? That's a thing.
Girl, and it's all in Florida. Oh my God. Do these men become PI attorneys just so they can get a billboard? Because I swear that's the case.
I don't get it, right?
It's so lame. Do you have a billboard?
Yeah. And you know what?
I was going to say yours. I bet yours is cute.
You know what's going to be? We're designing it now. I'm going to be like, I'm going to call myself the icebreaker, and I'm going to get a hammer. I'm going to break fucking ice in a pink suit and pink lubes that are like 6-inch, like, right? Because I was like, fuck it. Why did they have to? They're the only ones with cheesy billboards. Like, I'm just going to do this to fuck with people because I don't really get sales from billboards. I just like it.
And a pink hammer, hopefully.
A pink hammer,
like,
exactly.
It all has to be pink.
Right?
Wait, that's so cute.
I know. So then my husband's like, I think you should make your billboard. We're doing our first billboard. He's like, all pink. I was like, no way. I was like, no one will take me seriously. Then I was like talking like the men who I hate, you know? And he was like, no, with immigration, there's always a female in our clients because it's always marriage or family based, right? And he is like, I think that it'll stick out to girls, you know?
Totally.
And he's like, they'll remember your pink. They'll relate to you and your story because I think lawyers are very like standoffish on purpose. Like, I can't tell you how many male lawyers I would work for who would make their clients wait for like 20 minutes for no reason. Just so they can come in late.
Just cause. So they can feel like big dicking around.
And I would have to be like, sorry, he's really busy. But he wouldn't be. Like, they would do that on purpose. And I'm like, I would never do that shit. And so I was like, I want my clients to relate to me, to know that like I care about their time, that I'm a human being, and that like I have issues and priorities and hobbies and everything too. Like, we're just human beings because we have to work together, you know?
Right. So what does life outside of law look like for you? Like, what are you doing to have fun and take care of yourself?
Oh, nothing. I'm not taking care of myself at all.
I was going to say, like, you probably
I have
can't.
no hobbies.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I think moving to California really helped because, like, even though all I fucking do is work, like, I will go outside and like work outside and I'll get like a nice tan and the sun feels good. And every now and then I'll take my kids to the beach and then I'll like literally take phone calls from the beach. And to me, I was like, that's enough. Because when I was doing it in Texas, when the weather sucked and it was ugly there, like it was just really depressing. So
yeah,
I'm depressed by the beach. Could be worse.
No, that's being depressed by the beach. If you're going to be depressed anywhere,
right?
The beach is the right place to do it. Were you always like, I want to go into law? When did you figure that out?
I think when I was in college, I went to a small all-girls college here in LA. And I remember I wanted to be in like poli-sci maybe because I liked politics, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. And then my mentor, I mean, she was like Barbie. So she was a famous civil rights lawyer, and so was her husband. He was like the Prop 8 lawyer that basically made gay marriage legal, right?
Wow, that's amazing.
Here in LA. And she looked like this Barbie. She had this perfect hair. She put her hair in rollers. She had naturally blonde hair, and she would wear pink. And she was a civil rights lawyer. And I just thought, I was like, she was like God to me. Like, I just idolized her. And I remember she told me, she was like, I think you should do mock trial. And I was like, why? And she was like, I just think you'd have fun with it. And she's like, I'm just going to make you do it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I just totally fell in love with like it. Because, you know, like academics is kind of boring, right? But when you're competing and it's a little bit more fun, like I was like, oh, I like this. I like mock trial, I like MUCOR, I like debate. And then I was like, okay, I need to do this full time.
And I bet you were a formidable opponent.
Thank you.
I bet they were afraid to see you coming.
Yeah, I mean, I hope. Fuck.
They should be. They should be afraid to see you coming. So obviously what you do is so pertinent and important right now. How have things shifted since Trump took office? And I know this is probably a long answer. How have things shifted for you in terms of what you're hearing from clients, what you're seeing, just everything?
Yeah, it's a lot because a lot of it's like based on the news because everyone has access to social media. So everyone is afraid to apply for a green card. And I have to convince people like you are not going to get deported, even though you see on the news that all these U.S. citizens are getting detained. You know, it's hard because like it's terrifying, but there's so many people who are eligible for a green card who are not getting it because they're afraid that they're going to get detained or deported at their interview. There are certain groups of people who are getting detained and deported, but it's not the majority. And so I fear that these people are remaining undocumented in a time where you should not be undocumented for no reason. So a lot of it is me convincing them like, you're going to be okay, you're going to get approved. And they are getting approved. But there's also a group of people who want green cards who I have to tell I'm like, no, it's not safe for you right now. So, and I didn't used to do that, right? So I have to be like, it's not safe for you. You have a removal order from when you're a kid. So I don't know if you know a lot about like DACA, but like
I don't.
Yeah.
I would love to, if you could explain.
Yeah, so it's basically like millennials, like that group of people who were brought in as children, like since they were like babies, who their parents brought them here, and then Obama created DACA, which is basically like protection from deportation and a work permit, right? So a lot of these people are our age. They have houses, families, you know, mortgages. They went to college, all of that. And so the state of Texas and Republicans keep trying to rip away the program every like couple years. And it's hard because these people are like literally living on edge. Like there's no pathway to a green card for them, but they also could be deported, but they're technically protected from it. So DACA is more just like an argument in court for them that allows them to stay here and work.
Yeah.
And they're calling. They're like, I feel stuck. They can't travel. They can't get a green card. They have to get married for it. And I get really scared for people like them because a lot of them had parents who, if you get caught at the border, you have to go to court. If you don't go to court, you get a removal order, like automatically. And so many DACA recipients have parents who didn't go to court. And now I have to tell them, I have to look up their information and be like, you have a deportation order. They're like, what? Yeah. And I have to tell them, and I'm like, it's not safe for you to get a green card right now, because you could get picked up at court and deported. So that's the worst part.
Oh my God, I have so many follow-up questions and thoughts on that. Well, one, my immediate thought is that scares me because I feel like that could force people into bad marriages.
Yes.
Because it's like, if that's your only way to stay, shit, I'd probably get married.
Same.
To someone I might not even,
I don't blame them.
Hello?
And they're getting married probably too young before they're ready. And a lot of people are like, I really like this person, but I don't want to tell them I'm documented. I don't want them to think I'm using them.
Oh, that's crazy. And then it's also like, I feel like that could also foster abuse because if the person knows you're only legal because you're married to me, like you have to put up with my treatment. not to get super in the weeds with this, but if a lawful American citizen marries are they called a DACA recipient?
Yeah.
A DACA recipient, and they get divorced, is the DACA recipient then considered quote unquote illegal again or no?
Well, I know
there's like probably a million stipulations.
The craziest stipulation about it is that they're not technically in legal status because they have DACA. And so when you're not in legal status, you're not as protected. You can't get a green card through an employer, really. I mean, it's very difficult. You can't really do it easily. And so they're in this weird limbo with DACA where right now, like the state of Texas sued to end the program. We're still waiting to hear back if they're going to end it. So all these people who have been here since like you and I were born have like college, degrees. They have mortgages, their taxes, they have families. They're calling me. They're like, I don't know what to do. Especially if they marry another DACA recipient. I was like, you are actually really fucked because you have to wait until your child's 21 to get you a green card. Or these children came as derivatives on their family petition. But family petitions on average can take up to 25 years to get approved. So if their parents, their uncle is sponsoring for their mom to get a green card and they're just added as a derivative as a child, by the time they're 21, they age out. So their parents will get green cards. They will then be deportable at 21 if they don't have some kind of like temporary status, which they probably don't at 21 because who's getting married at 21?
No one, as you just said, people who are getting divorced later, right?
All got married before 25.
So I was raised thinking that like immigrants don't pay taxes. Is that true? Can you speak to that?
Yeah, and I don't blame you for thinking that because I just think that overall, everyone in the United States is very uneducated on immigration because it's very nuanced. I mean, really only immigration lawyers and immigrants know how it works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not taught immigration law. We're not taught about other people in general in the United States. Our history is very limited and biased. So like,
right.
But yeah, they do. They all come to me wanting to work. I mean, that's the main goal of an immigrant. They come here to provide for their family because they can't in their home country. They come here and they're like, I can't get a job. I want to work. How do I do that? And I'm like, you can't. Like, you can't just get a work permit. That's not a thing here. But they still, they work anyway because there's jobs everywhere, especially for undocumented immigrants. But they file taxes because they don't want it to haunt them. They're like, hey, when they call me, they're like, I've been filing taxes with something called an ITIN number. It's like the equivalent to an SSN. So for anyone who doesn't have an SSN can pay taxes with an ITIN number. It doesn't allow them to work, but allows them to pay taxes.
This country sucks. This country sucks.
But that's the biggest complaint from the far right? Like, you should work and earn your way here, but there's no way to do that. There's no really realistic way to earn your way to a green card here. And I remember I was on Dr. Phil and I asked fucking Myra Flores, she's the worst. She's like a congressman in South Texas. I asked her, I was like, all people want to do is work. Why are you so against, she's very MAGA, why are you so against allowing people to work? Like immigration reform.
Yeah.
I think they can't get past the fact that people entered the country illegally. That's
all they can
care about. Yeah.
And I've said this before, but I honestly think some of that is these MAGA parents cannot fathom going to those lengths for their own children.
So true.
I'm like, y'all, within you somewhere, I think there is a jealousy and a resentment that other people are like putting their asses out on the line for their kids when your husband can't even be bothered to look up from his phone at your kid's soccer game if he even shows up, if he knows when it is.
So true.
Y'all would never do that.
Because they don't have to. They don't have to do that. I mean, they didn't earn their way to fucking citizenship. They were born here.
Exactly. So do immigrants pay taxes?
Yes. They paid like billions every single year. Undocumented immigrants pay billions every single year. So they're not receiving money back. They're not benefiting. They're not able to work legally, but they're paying into the system. And we are so fucked if we lose those billions that they pay every single year.
What are other misconceptions about immigrants? Like one, for example, immigrants don't pay taxes.
Immigrants don't pay taxes or that they're criminals. Because like statistically it's been proven over and over and over that immigrants like have a much lower crime rate than like American citizens. And it just logically doesn't make sense. Why would I risk my life to go to another country to commit a crime when it's way easier to do it in your destabilized country that we fucked up for you historically?
No, seriously.
Doesn't make any sense. Like, why would someone risk their entire life to just get deported? They don't want that.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
They're just like desperately trying to work.
Yeah.
And contribute.
And you can't get a green card with like significant criminal history anyway. And that's all they want when they come here. So it's like, how does that even logically make sense? But then we're working with people who aren't logical. So I feel crazy when I post a TikTok because I'm meaning it for MAGA. I'm like, I want you to learn because I do feel like people hate on things they don't understand, right?
It's not these mega corporations that are making your life literally hell, right? It's not private equity. It's not them buying up all the houses and driving up the costs. It's not, AI replacing manufacturing jobs. It's none of that. It's immigrants. When you're raised thinking this group of people is responsible for all the wrongdoing in your life, you need new information.
You need new
How
information.
Do we get the new information?
Yeah, that's so true. And in immigration specifically, I don't think they're gonna learn. I mean, I do think that over the last couple of years, people on TikTok and social media have learned a lot more, right? Because we're posting about it. But before social media, no way. I mean, I didn't even know anything until I was an immigration lawyer.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting because my most conservative uncle who I get in a fight with every single time I see him because we're just always fighting.
I have one of those.
Even he hates ICE. Which I'm like, if y'all lost my most conservative uncle, even if
y'all
he thinks
fucked.
ICE, genuinely, if he thinks you guys are fucked,
yeah.
Have there been any cases recently that you've had that have really stood out to you in an emotional way?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I had a client who was stuck in Mexico. So if you enter the country illegally, even if your parents brought you and you apply for a green card, they make you go interview in your home country.
For what?
To punish them. So everyone has to do a green card interview. Yeah. So.
Oh my God, it's like coming home. It's like if you sneak out and you come home and your dad is waiting for you on the couch. That's the vibe I'm getting. But way
that would always happen.
scarier.
My dad would make us sleep on the trampoline. It was so fucked.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait. If you snuck out, you had to sleep on the trampoline
in the rain in Portland, Oregon. At one time, my sister was she would sneak out all the time in high school, and I would have to let her in. And one time, I didn't wake up on time. I had 50 missed calls. We're in high school.
Yeah.
And I saw her on the trampoline and I went to go let her out because it was raining and my dad was blocking the door in the dark in his bathrobe. And I was like, what are you going to, I was like, you're really going to make her sleep out there? And she was drunk, passed out. And he's like, she'll be fine.
I don't hate that. That's kind of hilarious.
Looking back, I'm like, that was kind of badass. She never snuck out after that. But I remember
it worked then.
Right? And then the morning I woke up and I was like, I'm going to go save her. My dad's probably asleep. He turns on the sprinkler directly underneath the trampoline. He was that mad at her.
Oh, he's a menace.
He's a fucking menace.
That's so funny. My uncle, the one I was just talking about, he was a state trooper, way back in the 80s or whatever. And he's the very stereotypical, lazy cop. He would literally turn off his radio and go to Dunkin' Donuts and sleep in the parking lot. He wasn't one of these problematic cops.
Yeah.
He was actually
a normal person.
Maybe a good cop in a way because he wasn't terrorizing people of color.
I feel bad for remember we used to be defund the police. Now I'm like, you're nothing.
The fact that we're you guys are actually not that bad.
Yeah, you weren't that bad.
That's insane that we're thinking that.
Insane.
But he would, if people were driving drunk, he would pull them over and he would just throw their keys in the woods. Because he's one, massive inconvenience.
Yeah.
Two, then he didn't have to file the paperwork. And they couldn't drive home.
That is so true.
It's kind of
that's kind of badass.
Check. And much like a sprinkler on a lawn, I feel that was probably more of a deterrent potentially for people,
right,
than getting arrested and going to jail,
right? Yeah. So yeah, if you enter the country illegally, even if your parents brought you illegally, they make you leave the country that you've lived in your whole life and interview in your home country. And for Mexicans, they make them go to Ciudad Juarez, which is the worst part of Mexico ever. It's just gang-ridden, border town, really unsafe, right? So they make everyone interview there, even though there's embassies all over Mexico. It's super fucked. So
wow.
This guy interviews there. It's a marriage-based case. He's been married 10 years. They have kids. Obviously real marriage, no criminal history, not worried about it. They don't make a decision on his case. They're we're going to put it on hold. They call it admin processing. There's no reason. They never tell you why you're in admin processing. And I believe it's because they're just disorganized, right? They put him in admin processing for 2 years. He's stuck in Mexico while his family is in the United States for up to 2 years,
That's
right?
So sad.
So we would submit inquiries. We got his congressman involved. We just couldn't get the embassy to answer. So we sued the Trump administration, basically. We sued the embassy and for unreasonable delay. And this is how fucked DHS is. They have 90 days to respond to our petition, right? Or 60 days. They wait until the very last day And they don't respond, by the way. Like, they totally don't respond to the judge, because on day 60, judge would like reprimand them, sanction them, right? Force them to respond. On day 60, I got an email from the embassy like, oh, your passport's ready. So they couldn't even bother to respond to my lawsuit.
That's crazy.
Right?
But then it was just like done because you got the passport.
Yeah, it was done, and it could have been done 2 years ago. Just a massive waste of time.
Did you see today a story broke? And granted, like, there have been murmurs of it for a while, so I don't know why it's just now breaking so much ground, but Kristi Noem having an affair with Corey Lewandowski, and it's like crazy. Like,
what is that about?
Yeah. So
I saw that this morning.
Yeah. And again, like, everyone has been talking about it for a while, but it seems like this is the first time that DHS staffers have actually started talking about it, because they're pissed, because like Kristi will see who's the border czar.
Oh, yeah. Tom Homan.
Whatever. Yeah. Like, she'll get pissed if he's getting more airtime than her. I mean, we've all been saying from the, like, literally, she gets mad at DHS staffers. They're like, she gets mad about them not getting press. They were photographed where, like, he was like taking out the trash at her house, which a friend is not taking out your trash.
No.
Like, your husband, like,
my husband barely takes out my trash.
Yeah. But like, if one of your, like, if you had like a dude friend over and he was like taking out your trash and shit, your husband
you're fucking.
You're fucking. if he's taking out your trash, you're fucking. And hot take, if he's not taking out your trash, you shouldn't be fucking. Can I tell you? I posted about how I've noticed men are not helping women with their suitcases anymore when women are struggling with their suitcases.
I saw that.
And men lost their minds in my comments. I don't owe women shit. Why would I do that? If you can't lift it, you can't pack it. I'm like,
what?
Where did the
Who raised you?
Who raised you, number one? Two, where did the manly men go?
Yeah.
What?
We don't want that.
When did y'all get the impression that, like, we don't want men for anything? That's never what I've
fucking
said.
Ridiculous. No one's ever said that.
I've never been like, I hate men. I don't want. I'm like, I love men, actually.
Yeah.
Just like, please stop sexually assaulting people.
Yeah, just don't commit crimes. I don't know.
Stop committing crimes against women and like be nice to us. Literally.
Be fucking nice to us.
Just be nice to us.
That's all I want.
Before your husband, or even what you would consider to be like deal breakers now with men, what are deal breakers and what are things like you really looked for?
Oh my God, it's so funny because when I was in law school, like I was dating this like trust fund dude who like seemed nice, but like I could tell that he was like not very disciplined and not very hardworking. And he would just blow his trust fund on like alcohol. And when I was studying for the bar, he would just drink all day because he had money, and he would like wasn't worried about taking the bar. He was like, I'll take it whenever. And I was like, the fuck? Like,
that's not how you treat my friends who have taken the bar are like in mental psychosis for like 3 months.
That's why, and I was like, law school sucked. The bar sucked. I was like, I'm getting something out of this. Like, I have loans to pay back, and he didn't have loans. Like, and I couldn't do it because I had no respect for him. I couldn't relate to him. I have like all this fucking student debt, and I was like killing myself to pass this bar so I can start working. And I just like, I looked at him like, you're a fucking baby. Like, you're a child. And, like, his mommy would call him every day and to check on him. I'm like, for what?
Right.
You know?
And she was still doing his laundry when he went home.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to be a stereotypical man, but you do have to, like, be independent from your parents at 100%. A certain point in life. Like, because I was. And so I was like, this is fucking weird, you know?
That's interesting you say that. I do feel like if I'm like rolling them in my head, my worst relationships have been with men who come from a lot of money. And It's funny because the perception is like women only want wealthy men and women want providers. But when I think of men being providers, I don't think of it in the financial sense at all, because like most of the men I've been with, I make more money. So like and that has never ever been a problem for me. Hook me up to a lie detector. It's only ever been a problem for them.
Yes.
That's number one.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
And number two, I'm like, there are so many ways for men to be a provider that have nothing to do with financials.
Yeah.
I want a man to look at an inconvenience in my life as like a personal attack on them. Yeah. If my tires are out of air, if the trash needs to be taken out, like kind of like a Mr. Fix-It type, or
it's
just
literally
like,
my husband.
Yeah, like if I'm afraid of something, like whatever it is, I want that's how I want men to provide.
Same.
I don't need you to pay all my bills. I do think men should pay for the first date. I do think that.
I think they should pay up for all dates.
I mean, like,
I don't want to pay for a date.
I don't want to pay for a date, but like,
unless I'm like forcing you on it, I guess.
I say that, but like, I would have a hard time letting a man pay for every date. Like, but I also
you feel guilt.
Yeah, but I also, however people think, it's fine. I do think men should pay for the first date.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't expect a man to bankroll all my bills. And in fact, I don't want you to, because I've also.
It's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy. And then you have like way more control over me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, it's so funny. I was talking to my husband because we've just randomly in this political circle, you meet wealthy couples, especially in Orange County, right? And every time we meet a wealthy couple where the husband is a breadwinner, the wife is always weird and dumb and like
and an alcoholic.
Yeah. And like just kind of awful. Whenever the breadwinner is the wife, the husband's great. And I realized because women marry for love and rich men don't marry for love. And I've noticed that because like in California, where you'd never see in Dallas, a lot of the women that are wealthy in Orange County are the breadwinners. I've seen that a lot. And they're like totally normal. And their husband's like a great normal guy who like takes care of the kids and works some job and is fine with it.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. And do you think those men are marrying for love?
I mean, it's a good question, but like they always seem normal. I always like them.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know why I remember this interview. I read it in Us Weekly. I swear to God, I was like in high school. Someone asked Melania Trump if she was only with Donald for his money. And her response, which I think is like honestly kind of an iconic response, she was like, well, no one ever asks him if he's only with me because I'm beautiful.
Touche.
Which like one, not a sign of a great happy marriage, but like also fair,
right? Very fair. I love how everyone's just kind of left Melania alone. It's so funny because I think we all feel bad for her.
She's just like a weirdo.
She just wanted a Birkin.
She wanted a Birkin. I'm like, girl, did you even get the Birkin? Did you even get the Birkin?
Her face when you could tell when he was reelected, like, I can't imagine what she was thinking. Like, no way do I have to do this again.
She hates him.
She hates him.
It's crazy. Before you met your husband, or maybe like there were things about your husband, what did you look for?
Yeah, it's so funny. So like I really wasn't looking because I met my husband the day I completed the bar exam and I was fucking feral. Like I was hammered. I was shit-faced. And I was literally like, I swiped on him on my phone.
Stop.
Yeah. It was Bumble.
Wait.
Remember Bumble?
Obsessed.
Yeah,
of course.
it was the day I finished the bar exam and I'm like, I had lost all this weight. I hadn't drank in months. And I was like smoking and drinking, like having a good time by myself. I didn't know anybody
in
tech.
You were by yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself.
I was fully envisioning you like
with a bunch of girls,
with friends.
No, I was like, because I had moved to Texas for this job and I didn't know anybody. And my sister was like, just go out with someone on an app. Like she's like, you need to go out. Like you haven't socialized. I'm like, okay. So my first swipe is him. I had no idea what he looks like. His photos are so shady. Like you could kind of tell it's like a random motorcycle. And I was like, I don't really give a fuck. Like I just want to go out. You know?
Right. I just want to drink and have fun.
Yeah, so
hang
he
out
messaged me, and the first thing he says is he's like, do you want to go to a movie? And I was like, no. The fuck? I've never even met you. Like, I'm fucked up. I'm like, I'm pretty easy lay right now. Like, don't you want to go to a bar?
Yeah, like, do you not want to, like, let's make this happen, babe? Yeah. No, I do not want to share popcorn with you.
And watch a movie and not talk.
I want to share spit with you.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm good with also not talking, but not in the capacity of a movie.
I was literally looking for a one-night stand. Like, that's all I wanted. And I go downstairs. And I realized I'm so drunk that I didn't remember what car he was in because we were on the phone. And so I see this really beat up shitty truck. And I also see this brand new Audi. And I was like, I'm going in the Audi. Like, I just see two men. I don't know what he looks like.
Two paths diverged in a wood. And I chose the Audi.
Like, I'm so broke. Like, I don't have a job. I'm like, I need to get in this Audi. This is what God's telling me. I get in the Audi. And I was like, I hope this is the right car. And he just stares at me. And he was like, are you Kathleen? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's the right car. He's like, that's weird that you said that. But I was like, well, what do you want me to do? And then he's
starting off with a bang.
Right? He's super introverted. So we drive to the bar and he's like polite, but not really talking. And I'm just talking my ass off because I was like, I haven't interacted with someone in months. And
you're
wasted,
drunk.
Right? And I'm super drunk. Yeah. Right? And we get to the bar and he's like really polite. And then I in the middle of him asking me these dumb interview questions that appear nice, I was like, I can't hear you. Do you want to sit next to me? And
you're like, do you want to fuck or no?
Like, right?
What is this?
Why are we talking? I don't want to talk to you. So he sits next to me, and then I was like, do you want to go to the back of your car? And he was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
On your first date.
On our first date.
And did you?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm obsessed.
We had a great time in the public parking lot in the back of his Audi. I still remember that Audi. And then I didn't talk to him for like 2 months after that because I thought it was a one-night stand. And he like won me over. But like when people ask me like, how'd you meet your husband? I was like, it wasn't the most romantic start. Like,
no, it is in a way though. And like, what is it about a quiet, introverted man who loves a crazy ass bitch?
He does.
What is that?
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know what you see in me. Like, I kind of used you. I blocked you.
You blocked him?
Yeah. Like, I was like, you don't know how to date me. But then I realized he was just like really nervous because he told me that later on. And then like we got to know each other. And now, you know, what I really like about my husband is that like he's an engineer. He's very mechanical. So nice. He fixes everything. Like, every problem I have in my life, he fixes it.
And I wish more men understood. I'm like, that's what a lot of women want when they say they want a provider. Just remove the inconveniences from my life.
Yes.
And guess what? I'll do the same for you. Like it's very much a give and take. We can, I feel like the point of marriage beyond, you know, a few other things that are emotional is doing the shit. I'll do the shit for you that you don't want to do and vice versa.
Yes.
And if we're not doing that, what's all this for?
Yeah. And we really are like a partnership. Like he really just makes my life, like with the firm, it's like so chaotic with all of our employees and our clients and the Trump administration that he just like makes it better. If we have a client that's like upset about something that happened to them, he's like, let me get on the phone with them. Let me figure it out. If an employee is fighting with another employee, he'll fizzle that out. Like he deals with our CPA and all that. He deals with our children most of the time. So like he totally just supports me so I can have my dreams. He's like amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet he was so in love with you as soon as you got in that car. Like, you know, he's like,
I'm like, I don't know why. I was like hammered. I don't think I was even speaking words.
I do feel like the crazier I act, the more I'm rewarded by it.
I think they think you're hard to obtain. Like you're not desperately like wanting to like be my girlfriend. So now I want you more.
The suitcase thing, which people are going to have to keep hearing about because I'm just reeling over it.
It's annoying.
But there were also women in my comments who were like, well, you shouldn't expect a man to lift your suitcase for you. Like, I don't expect men to do that for me. I'm like,
good for you, loser.
Girl, good for you, loser, because you are desperate for crumbs.
Yes.
And you
pick me.
And literal pink me. And you think that by like having these such reasonable expectations, it's going to make men like you more. It actually does the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Having high standards attracts the kind of man that you want. And I'm not saying impossible standards. I'm actually very curious for your take on this. There is a lot of discourse right now around if a man asks you out to coffee on a first date, like, don't go. He should be investing more money or thought into it, whatever. There's a lot of women who are like very anti. I don't want to give my opinion on it. I want to get yours first.
I mean, I only never liked coffee because I was like, that's kind of boring and I want to drink.
Yeah.
Like, my two no's were coffee because I don't want to be sober when I'm meeting someone for the first time. And two, I don't want to go on a fucking hike. All these guys would ask me on hikes all the time, like when I was dating, and I was like, no.
Why would I?
You can murder me in the woods?
Once, you can murder me. Two, do I look like I want to go on a hike? But I think like the coffee date discourse, I wouldn't love that simply because I'm not a morning person. So when I hear coffee, I'm thinking 10 a.m. I'm like, that's too early for me.
You get stimulated by coffee. And when I'm drinking coffee, it means I need to get to work. And I'm really serious and I'm rushing through it. Like, I'm not relaxed after drinking coffee.
No. Yeah. So, like, that's the only reason for me. But a lot of women are, like, very anti-coffee date, which I think is interesting.
That's a weird thing to be, like that concerned over.
Like super anti
just say no.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, I don't think it has to be, like, a super expensive, fancy first date. Like,
No, that's why I think a bar is perfect.
A bar is a great first date.
Just go to a fucking bar.
And you might fuck in an Audi or make out in an Audi. I don't want to speak to your experience.
It's so much worse.
No, that is iconic. Do your kids? Your
kids
are young.
They'll know that story.
They're gonna love that story. That is so iconic.
My husband says a much more romantic version of it, and I was like,
I was gonna ask, like, what's his how does he depict it?
He was like, yeah, we went. He tells everyone we went to this awesome bar. We met at a bar. I'm like, no, we didn't.
That's not what we did. Yeah. And like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
We've gone back to the bar. It's so funny.
Wait,
it was in San Antonio. Like, we went on an anniversary once.
I was going to say, you should take like anniversary. You should do like a photo shoot there.
Right.
That would be really cute. Like a professional, like 10-year 5-year whatever anniversary.
Yeah, the coffee thing is interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't do that just because like when I'm drinking coffee, it means I'm like in a rush and I need to get up, and now I'm really stimulated and serious. And I feel like I couldn't relax and have a conversation. Like, I don't want it to be that serious on a first date.
No.
I don't really care that much. It's dating, you know?
It's
so
just
it's not
dating.
really about money. It's me. I just like, if I'm drinking coffee, it's because I'm like working. I don't want to hang out with someone while I'm drinking coffee. I don't get it.
No, I hear you. So the name of the podcast is Mean But True, because we talk about things that are mean but true.
I love that.
Mean but true that you would like to get off your chest.
A few things. Pam Bondi is a dumb fucking cunt, and I hope she burns in hell sooner than we expect.
Retweet, ditto.
Also, if you don't have a passport and you don't know another language, you don't have to worry. Immigrants are never taking jobs that you were never, ever, ever qualified for.
Period.
Wait,
did you see Pam Bondi's hair at the Epstein? Because
I don't get it.
You have gorgeous blonde hair. I have like blonde highlights. We're both women who like care a lot about our hair and our hair color. Literally looks like she dyed it with Velveeta cheese.
I know that she has more money than God working for Trump. So
of course she does.
I don't get it.
Of course she does.
She can afford to not be ugly.
She can afford to not be ugly. And like she definitely did like a little something there. But I'm like, girl, like
I don't get it.
Get a lower bleph.
Lower bleph. I thought that exact same thing.
Or like a mini lip.
Just a little tuck.
I don't know what the hell you need to do.
Botox here.
Like talk to, what's her name? Kaylee McEnany. Like she's really pretty.
Yeah.
Like there are like a few women here and there in that world who are pretty.
Even Caroline Levitt got her lips done finally, didn't she?
Yeah. Well, you saw the Vanity Fair photos?
Yeah.
And they were awful. I mean, just awful. And I'm like, girl, we both live in DC. My injector is amazing. My injector, Nurse Megan, I shout her out literally all the time. I don't know that she would like necessarily take Caroline on as a client because she's very anti. I don't know. She might. I'm like, look, if I have to look at you every day, I would prefer that it doesn't look so shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
She's also someone who has money. So I just don't understand these women who work for Trump who have nothing but money and they're ugly inside and they're ugly outside. I don't get it.
Pick a struggle.
Yeah.
Is there ever a world where you would want to work in politics or hold some kind of office? I'm sure you're asked that all the time.
Yeah. I just don't even know how I would because I'm so busy like with my clients.
Like would you ever leave law to do something like Pam Bondi
I think it depends because, you know, immigration changes with every administration. Like during Biden, I had like free time.
What was that like?
Yeah. Like I was doing way too many TikToks a day. Like I was going to like fashion events. I was doing lifestyle content that nobody fucking wanted. I had to like to know it because I was like, what do I do? You know?
Well, and I think people do like your looks and stuff. Speaking of, I actually wanted to ask you, what are some of your favorite beauty products?
Oh my God.
And just like personal care products. Like can't live without, would die.
I love Kerastase hair products.
Yeah?
I'm obsessed with it.
Which line?
I really like the Discipline, the orange line.
Okay, I have that leave-in with like the orange cap.
I love all their products. It's worked on my hair. I used to fry it in Texas. I'm frying it less now. Well, I have a better stylist now, honestly. She stopped bleaching my hair and now she just like it's like a lived-in look.
I love how like the color transition is seamless.
Yeah, well, my hair is naturally was like your color, which I love, but I started getting grays now. So now I have to cover my grays with like a color.
You're a blonde. My hot take is like if you look good as a blonde, be a blonde. I love a blonde. I tried like really blonde hair. I looked crazy. Like it just
I love your shade.
Yeah, I'm kind of like blonde.
It's like an ashy.
I feel like and
it's so I like ashy. It's literally old money.
Yeah, I love this color. My hairstylist Gina at Blondies in DC, I get asked literally all the time. But I think if you're a blonde and you look good as a blonde, you should be a blonde.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I love blondes.
I agree because when I go darker, like I look very washed out, and I feel like I need to go tan, which I can't because I'm Irish. I should not go in the sun. But like, yeah, I agree. And I also love. I just started using Dr. Jart. It's like a BB cream. You don't need foundation or concealer.
Is it the neutralizing one, like the green one or whatever? It's not the color corrector. It's something else.
It's just a BB cream with like SPF, and I use it every single day. And I haven't used foundation in like a decade. And everyone's like, "Your base looks good." I'm like, "It's just a BB cream."
It does it looks perfect. I was actually thinking that.
Yeah, I wear that, and then I use like Tatcha like skin mist over it.
Ooh, okay.
Because I don't know, my makeup artist told me to do it.
That's amazing.
Right?
I use the one size setting spray, which I do like, but It's like an aerosol one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel a little weird breathing in those fumes. Not to sound like Maha, but
it's
like
true.
It does kind of freak me out a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know?
Right? I've been breathing in mold in one of my bathrooms for like a fucking year.
Yeah, tell that story.
Yeah.
You and the hammer.
Literally, I just like, I've been having migraines every single day and I'm literally losing my mind. And I was in the shower and I saw a fucking mushroom and I was like, are you kidding? And I walk out of the shower with my towel, I go get a hammer and I just start hammering on it. And then before I know it, I demolished my entire bathroom. And I was like, now I can't stop. So I have to start demolishing the other bathrooms because now I don't trust these fucking inspectors saw anything in my house. I don't know what we paid him for.
Right.
Always get a second inspection. Learn from me if you buy a house, especially in California by the beach where everything's moldy and wet. And so, yeah, I find mold everywhere. I'm like, there's black mold all over my house.
God forbid a woman have hobbies. It also makes it funnier that like your husband is like a fix-it type and you're like, this cannot wait. I'm taking matters into my own hands.
I was terrified to tell my husband. I was like, we should go out. And he never drinks. And I was like, please drink this entire margarita before
we should go out.
Before we go home.
So funny.
I was like, I don't really know what happened.
I love that, like, in so many ways, like, you've, like, switched what is, like, known. Like, the man is usually the one, like, trying to get the girl drunk to, like, agree or whatever.
It's totally
and
me.
It's you. You're like, want to go to the back? Hey, how about you drink this? Take the edge off.
And the thing is, like, my husband is so reserved and serious that, like, unfortunately, he never drinks. And I wish he did more because I was like, he's just so much more agreeable with my psychotic ways when he's drinking. And he's like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. You know, like he's more financially responsible. So he's always counting my pennies. And I was like, yesterday I was like, we should go to Kauai. And I'm like, I'm stressed. We have mold. We should just go. And he was like, no, we have to pay for the mold. Like we need to save money. Right?
Abundance mindset. More money will come.
More money. I know. And I'm like, I'm just tired of it. I'm like, we only live once. And he's like, you always say that. And I was
well, I always say it because it's always true.
I was like, but also we don't have a bathroom. So what are you supposed to do? I'm like, we should go. I was like, now we don't have a choice.
Girl math. Who's someone you'd like to roast and who's someone you'd like to toast?
I would want you to roast on my behalf Tommy Ler.
Dude.
So badly.
She's such an embarrassment because
she's such an embarrassment.
She was kind of outcast by Republicans for being pro-choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, if you believe in a woman's right to choose, inherently, I know you agree with a lot because it's all interconnected.
Yeah,
like,
and that's why I want her to be roasted because I don't think she's totally delusional.
No, I don't think she is either.
Because did you see her with Harry? Like Harry did a great job.
No,
she had Harry Sisson on, I think, her podcast.
Oh,
right?
How was it?
He did a great job. I mean, she's just. I think he won, honestly. But like, I don't know why she doesn't do more debates. She doesn't pull a Charlie.
Yeah.
Debate more people.
Dude, I did my first debate on Repro with
how
Lila
was it?
Rose. Jesus. I haven't even like gone into it because I've just been so busy. I have never done debate, mock trial. Like I've never done anything, but it's a very traditional format. It's like 8 minutes opening statement. Lila, 8 minutes, me. 3-minute rebuttal, 3-minute me. They told me none of that. The only reason I figured it out was because no one out prepares me. You will never out prepare me. So I'm watching all of her videos. And I noticed that they all have a similar format. And I noticed many of the previous guests who were also pro-choice like I am seemed very caught off guard, which I found surprising. Like they didn't have kind of the flair that you want to give with an opening and a closing statement, right? Like,
right.
So I emailed my agent and I was like, can you just check and see? Like I want the actual breakdown and specifics of the debate. And I am such a go with the flow. I don't need a plan ahead of time person. So things like that are like against my nature. But I was like, let me just see. And my agent responded and was like, well, they never said anything like that. I'm like, yeah, no, ask them.
Yeah.
She comes back, oh, yeah, so you're going to do 8 minutes and then you're going to do 3 and then there's going to be cross-examination. They didn't tell me any of that shit. And I know that they were banking on me not knowing and being caught off guard. And I'm like, that was your first mistake.
Yeah.
Because no, I watched all of her opening statements, whatever. She did the exact same opening statement at the debate with She and I that she did at Georgetown the year before. And I had watched that opening statement probably 10 times. So I had like addressed all of her kind of points in my opening statement.
Yeah.
And like I was watching her face when I was doing my opening statement and I talked about how I've gotten an abortion. And like I do think that presenting personal stories is like it disarms people in a way.
I agree.
Because
It's
immediately
humanizing.
the audience isn't going to like you if you treat me a certain kind of way and use my experience against me, which she didn't. I give her a lot of credit. She's not the worst person to debate. I mean, she lies completely out of her ass.
Yeah.
Like, she said hilarious things like, well, the more birth control you use, the abortion rates go up. And I'm like, girl. And what I literally laughed too. And I was like, Lila, if I didn't have so much Botox, my eyebrows would be through the roof right now. Because what are you talking about? And also, that's not how statistics,
that's causation, not how it works,
correlation
girl.
does not equal causation. And I know you know that, bitch. But what I did, and I think this is a good lesson for anyone, regardless of your profession or industry, I was like, okay, she has been doing this since she was 15. She's almost 40, right?
Yeah.
She is a professional debater about being pro-life. This is her entire thing. I'm not going to be a better debater than her. I'm not. There's no way that's possible. But what I know I can do, and I know what she doesn't have, is I can be funny and I can be entertaining and play to my own strengths. And Correct. There is value in that. And
hell yeah.
In that kind of environment, I might argue that what I'm better at is more valuable than what she's good at. So that's what I did. And there was one part where she was like, Planned Parenthood makes a ton of money, which literally, no, they don't.
No, they're broke.
If you've ever read a profit loss statement, go actually read some financial statements.
Or just read anything.
Yeah, just read, period.
Yeah.
You would know that that's not true. And I was like, oh, crisis pregnancy centers don't make money? And she was like, they're a nonprofit. And I go, Live Action's a nonprofit, and you paid yourself a salary of $400,000 last year.
No.
And the students were like, oh,
what did she say to that?
She doesn't know that I know how to pull all those tax forms.
Good.
You know, Good. I can't remember what that one form is called, but it's a nonprofit where you can go look up and see. And to be clear, I respect that she pays her employees better than the benchmark. I do think we should pay nonprofits more. I have no problem with you paying yourself a high salary.
Yeah.
But do not act like there isn't money to be made in nonprofits. You're a liar.
Yeah.
And do you want to know what's funny? They scrubbed all of the laughter from the entire audio of the whole debate. I had those people in stitches. They were laughing their asses off, including the pro-life students, which was my exact intent.
Yeah.
Was to go in there and entertain, because that's where it starts. That's where it started for me. Being able to laugh at things. They removed all the laughter.
That's so fucked.
But
I
know.
But you know.
I know. And
that's
she
why
knows.
I feel like you're so successful, because you do bring comedy back into something so crazy and serious in a way that I think comforts people, you know?
I hope so.
Because before it just used to be like the Today Show, which is great, right? Content creators are so serious and depressing most of the time, including myself. And I look at your content, I'm like, oh, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better about these fucked people. At least she's making fun of them, you know?
It makes me so happy. That's honestly my only goal. And I do feel like sometimes people try to pigeonhole me into being more serious. And I'm like, that's not what I'm doing, and that's actually the opposite of what I'm doing.
There's plenty of people who are scare tactic, who'll drop the news, the breaking news. We have all those creators, and that's why I would toast to you, because I don't think we have enough comedic creators who are political, and also women liberal creators. I feel like this brand that you have is just brand new, because we're stereotyped as having blue hair and being Gen Z and being 20 years old, right? And I think those people are sometimes a little annoying too.
Oh, they're so annoying.
Super annoying, and they don't help.
No.
You know? They just make it worse sometimes.
They're always just complaining. Last two questions. What's something you love about yourself? That's such a you response.
I know.
You and Brian Tyler Cohen had the exact same response.
My husband doesn't love it, but my time management, I'm very proud of it. I'm super anal, super German, but I am 30 minutes early, usually, except for here because of LA traffic, to everything. And I'm the alarm clock for my two boys, actually my three boys, including my husband, who's late to everything. Everything. He just doesn't care. He's not in a hurry. That's kind of what I love about him, but I'm always in a hurry, you know? So I feel like it's helped me be a business owner and a lawyer. Time management is everything. I feel like anyone can be successful if they manage their time.
Have you read any books or anything that's good? That's something I'm really struggling with right now for myself.
No, you know why? Because law school ruined my ability to read. Ruined it. I hate reading now. And also you're taught to read specifically. We call it IRAC in law school. You look for the issue, the rule, and then you do your analysis and you're like, how do I solve this? And now I can't read because I'm get to the point. All the time. I'm so impatient, and that is the biggest I guess it's a reason why I like time management, but also I'm just very impatient. So I don't think I'm patient enough to read, especially for fun anymore.
That's fair. Whenever I read like a book and there's a descriptive paragraph, I literally skip it. I'm like, I don't care what the meadows were looking like. Get to the dialogue.
Yeah.
I want to read people talking. What's something you're working on about yourself?
I really want to care less about what people think on the internet, and I totally look to you for that. Because I see you like destroy everyone who tries to cancel you, or like, and when people do that to me, I'm like, I don't want them to think that way about me. Like, they're wrong, but like, I know you just feed into them more when you do that. And I need to work on just destroying them. Like, there's this guy in my hometown who like saw my video of all the San Clemente high schoolers. And San Clemente is a very conservative town, but they're all protesting ICE. And I did a video of it on Instagram. And I was like, this is so cool, get like 8 million views. So this guy, this creeper, like totally creepy 50-year-old dude who lives in the town, who used to be liberal, is very MAGA. He posts about it. And then he starts like posting pictures of the children in the video. And then he starts talking shit about me. And so I just blocked him. I was like, I know what he's doing. I know he's baiting me so that he can have more views. And like, I don't know if, I'm sure that's happened to you where you get these conservative creators wanting to debate you.
Oh, all the time.
And I'm like,
I refuse to respond to the ones who are foaming at the mouth for my attention.
Yes.
I refuse. I was talking to my friend Whit. He's a new cast member on Southern Charm on Bravo. He was like, how do you like deal with like these MAGA people? Because he's super outspoken left, which is exactly what we need. Yeah. Especially in the Bravo sphere.
Especially there, yeah.
And they're coming after him. And I was like, your attention is currency.
Yes.
They are desperate for your attention. And not to say you should never give it to them, because I absolutely do clap back, much less than I used to.
Yeah.
But like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Who cares? They're
I agree.
Like losers. And
they literally are losers.
You would never be in the same space as them and give them a time of day in real life. So why am I going to give it to you online?
I agree.
I would never even look in your general direction. You're a loser.
Yeah. I want to just care less about those people because I know they just want views. They just want money, and they're baiting me to get views off my back and my platform, because I'm like, I built my platform helping people, educating people. Like, do that.
They can fuck off, because you're doing such incredible work. And like, I just want to underscore like how appreciative I am of you, and just, I can't imagine like the mental load and burden that you're carrying. And
thank you.
I'm just so appreciative. I know so many people are. We're bringing back the fun.
Let's bring back the fun.
This is the first conversation of many. Thank you so much for being here. How can people find you, and where can they support you?
The internet. They can follow me at Attorney Martinez on TikTok or Instagram. Probably more Instagram now.
Well, thank you so much again for joining.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next Tuesday.